Hello, Lighthouse families, especially middle school families and middle school students. If you didn't hear the announcement this last weekend, we wanted to put together this video to share some news. The news is kind of big for myself and for the Lighthouse student ministry, and that's that at the end of April, I'm going to be stepping down as the middle school pastor. That's kind of it's big news for us, it's big news for you guys, and we wanted to just give a little bit of the background and kind of what's going to be happening, and that way there's good communication for everyone. And so some of the background, there's some professional things and there's some personal things that kind of are going along, paralleling each other. The professional things were just kind of back in 2019, kind of mid 2019 and towards the fall of 2019, I began to just sense that God was maybe moving me out of more of the hands-on student ministry role. Not quite sure what that meant and what that began to look like, but with leadership here, I began to kind of explore that a little bit to understand what kind of role that might again look like here or elsewhere. And then COVID hit, and so we put all of that on pause. But I still sensed God was doing something. We poured into Eat, Play, Pray for families to engage with their students and things of that nature. And then my back went out, if you remember. And so that's now shifting kind of to some of the personal things. And as I began to recover from my back, but also still sensing that God was calling me out of student ministry, there was kind of this unknown of kind of what was next. And then, and this is more very personal stuff, my mother-in-law's health really began to deteriorate, and she wasn't doing as well. And so just through some prayer, through just trying to care and really try to listen to what God's doing and follow His footsteps, my family is going to make a move up to San Juan Island, to Friday Harbor, and care for the widow in our family. And so that's going to be happening kind of in the May time frame, and so that's where the ending in April kind of comes into play. Now, what's that mean for your students and for you? And so student-wise, here's where the timing gets a little tricky, because we are going to be kicking off youth group mid-April. And so I'll be here for a couple of weeks to actually have in-person youth group. And then Jared with a team of volunteers will help continue that through the school year, and Jared will help oversee both high school and middle school. And then we also have summer camp going on. That's going to be another video, but we'd probably need some volunteers for that as well. And in the meantime, they'll be looking to replace me for this position for middle school pastor. And so yeah, that's the big news. And again, it is big news. It's really big news. I've been serving here at Lighthouse for almost 9 years, and I've been in student ministry for about 25 years. And so this is a huge shift for us, and it's a huge shift for me personally, but for our family as well. But like I said earlier, we truly do feel like God kind of ordained some timing and some things like that really kind of paved the way to really, again, when we look at Scripture and it tells us to care for the widows and the orphans, we've got a widow in our personal circle, and we really feel that God's really calling us to go care for her. So that's what we're going to do. And like I said, I'll still be here for several more weeks, and I'll be around. And again, looking forward to just connecting, getting your student connected back into in-person ministry and things of that nature. So You can be praying for us in this transition. We've got a lot of moving pieces and a lot just moving stuff in general. And again, we're looking forward to what God's got for us. So there you go. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out through email or a phone call or anything like that. And again, be praying for the person that God has for this. We know that person is out there, and we know that God is already working in them. And even though we may not know who that is, so there you go. Probably not the news you wanted to be hearing for some of you, but again, God is a gracious God. He's a big God. This is not a surprise to Him, even though it might be a surprise for us. But we can just be faithful and follow Him and seek after Him, and that's what we're just trying to do. So God bless, and I look forward to connecting with you over these next few weeks. Take care.